of NFHell.
Hell.
Your host, Midwest Jet. We got Dames Mars. G-Man Jas. Joining me tonight again. How you guys doing tonight?
Pretty good. I just got word that Aaron Judge hit number 62 in Texas right now. Right now.
Bam.
Right now.
We're doing this show.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
It's so weird about that is like, I'm like pumped, but then on the other hand, man, the McGuire Sosa thing just bums me out.
Well, they're still ahead.
I know, but now they're saying, there's an asterisk. Barry Bonds doesn't count. Those two don't count. Now it's just Judge is like the actual.
Whatever.
I know. I'm like, because he's not on steroids. I mean, I'm not going to make any baseless claims, but
Right. Let's not compare him to them just because they did what they did. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't. But that's awesome. Live on air. Boom.
60-some on steroids or not is still impressive to me, the way those guys throw that baseball in there. So good job. Guys.
All right, let's get started with this week's injuries. We got some big news. Sad news, actually. This is a guy that I've been comparing to Tebow a lot, but when we get down to the human aspect, this sucks. So we all have been hearing about Tua, concussed. Jas was just saying earlier, maybe some neurologists are saying career over. Man, what a bummer, right?
Well, especially with the numbers he's put up and the wins that he's 2 token wins already. I mean, it's kind of tragic, but
right. It's kind of a bummer, I guess that's why they millions.
I agree, and it kind of brings the reality of how physical the game of football is, and what attracts us also can make us feel sick to our stomach when something like that happens, because he's got hopefully 60, 70 years of life left, that he needs to use his brain. So good luck to him.
Yeah. Love out to you, Tua. Hope all is well.
There goes my graded rookie card value.
Yep, there it goes. Well, I mean, the only thing that I would say though is fuck the Dolphins. I mean, no offense to them, but I still hate the Dolphins.
Is there any other injuries from this week?
I think like a few people are like back, gone. Oh my gosh. No, there's not.
Cordell Patterson went on IR. The guy we were talking about a couple weeks ago on IR. Cordell Patterson. Well,
yeah. Cordell Patterson's out for a bit.
We'll see. Tyrod Taylor, my backup, got a concussion as well, running around like a madman. So had the first down, instead went extra. So those guys got to really, be smart about what the down situation is and just get down. You don't need the extra yards. So he's hurt. Danny Dimes' ankle's hurt.
Okay, so we don't really need all the updates on the Giants. We were just talking about the league overall.
Get your own show. Get your own show.
Jas was like, blah blah. He's day to day. We got a bum hip. He took a bath. Oh man. Trubisky did get his feelings hurt because he got benched for Pickett against the Jets.
Pickett is the appropriate last name for him, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have a brought to you by.
Who's the sponsor tonight, James?
This week's episode of NFHell is brought to you by Omaha's own Virgin Mary Pistol Grip.
What?
This is a set list I acquired from a recent show. And they are one hell of a band, ladies and gentlemen. I will be directing a music video for them at some point. But Virgin Mary Pistol Grip, check them out.
Yeah, I hear the locals just call them VMPG, but
VMPG if you don't want to say Virgin.
I've heard they were pretty good.
Bucket, what's next?
All right, let's go. Let's get into last week's games, our records and things like that. I'm kind of excited. I actually had a pretty good week. I dominated and I went 11-5. I got my record back up to over 500. I'm now sitting at 34-30. So a pretty good week for Midwest Jet. Jas, how'd you fare?
I was a field goal off, on the crazy game that ended in a doink shank missed field goal. That cost me above 500, so I'm 3 under 500 through 2 weeks.
How about you, Dames Marvs? Where you sitting?
I was 10-6, but here's the difference between me and you this week. The Monday night game.
Mm-hmm.
Either one of us was going to be 10-6, and one of us was going to be 11-5.
Mm-hmm.
The fucking Rams. Fuck the Rams. Anyway, I'm 32-32 on the season, so crawling back out of the doldrums. Things aren't quite as bad as Jas's miserable life with his beautiful family, whatever.
Yeah, under 500 is never good. 500 is like kind of kissing your brother in this case, Dane. How's it going?
The best thing about being under 500 is the Giants are 3-1.
Always back to the Giants.
I quit. I quit.
All right, here we go. You're done. You're done. Steelers Browns. Oh,
Wait,
sorry.
you got to start with the Thursday game, bro.
Dolphins Bengals. My bad. For some reason, I have 38 sheets in front of me. Dolphins Bengals. Bengals came out, and again, this is the whole Teddy Bridgewater. He came in, scary moment. I did pick the Bengals. We kind of think maybe Jas did too. We talked about Burrow kind of being back, and they're kind of back to Super Bowl form, or at least have a little more confidence. So big win there. I'm glad the Dolphins lost because they're in my division. So Jas, what'd you have to say for that?
Yeah, I had the Bengals as well. Not a lot to say about that other than we both expected it, and going forward, I have a feeling I'll be picking the Bengals a lot. So that's all I got.
James?
They look like fucking stormtroopers, man, in those awesome uniforms. That was badass. I am so glad the NFL has changed the helmet rule to where you don't have to stick with one helmet and you can make changes to it. I love it.
Man, love that point.
Make
sure you comment down below. Do you guys agree with that? I'm going to say I do. I agree I love the helmet thing. I hope the Jets bring back the old school 80s logo at some point, that Kelly green. There's a lot of that Bengals one was.
Dude, imagine those uniforms in a snow game.
Right.
Yes.
Fuck.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah.
So yeah, we all picked the Bengals, I think, right?
Yep.
So 1-0 there. All right.
We all started 1-0.
Tua, rest in peace, brother.
Yeah. Tua. We got Jets Steelers next. Obviously, I'll start with that one. My dad and my nephew actually were at the game. My dad is a Jets fan, and my nephew is a Steelers fan. So they went in a car and drove 16 hours to the game. They actually got a really, really good game. I think the Jets scored with 16 seconds left. Breece Hall broke the plane. Win for the Jets. Zach Wilson looked pretty good. First game back. Defense played well. Kenny interception, Pickett. Yeah, he's over. They were chanting MVP and stuff, and he literally.
Look, here's the thing, and I can attest to this. All right. Is Geno Smith as good as Russell Wilson? No, not by any stretch of the imagination. But he moves the fucking ball, dude. That's all Pittsburgh fans want right now. They want to move the ball. They'd rather move the ball and throw an interception in the end zone than go 3 and out every time. I promise you, those fans are okay right now, especially when it's his first fucking game ever. Yeah. I picked the Jets because I've had it in my head that the Steelers were good for 20 years, and they're not. They're just not now. They have a great coach, but that's it. Yeah. Rebuild. So I'm glad I picked the Jets 2-0.
Jas, who'd you take?
I took the loss, guys. I thought going to Pittsburgh, they would be able to handle the Jets, and I was wrong. So 1-1.
All right, next up, Vikes at Saints. What, like, this is the crazy game I think you were talking about earlier, Jess, the doink, doink, the doink, doink in overseas in London. What a game. That was a really good game. I mean, I'm going to be honest, I was not up at 8 a.m. for the kickoff. I think I tuned in for, the best part of the game. And I think we all did we all take the Vikes on this?
I did.
You did. Oh yeah, Jess, you did. So we all did. We all did.
I remember saying, he was like, I don't have a reason to pick the Saints. I said, I picked them once because they're uniforms. You don't need a reason. But you should not pick them when the other team is better. I'll just say that. So keep that in your.
Was that the London game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Saints had that. Speaking of helmets, they had that.
Yep, that was cool.
Weird texture looking wide stripe or whatever. Yeah, that was cool.
And it was reversed. Their helmets were black.
I was thinking they're in London. Soccer's big. He's gonna kick this. He's gonna make it. No. So the Vikings go to 3-0.
And apparently it wasn't a primetime game for Kirk Cousins because he won because it was in the morning. That's not prime.
It's not a prime. I mean,
yeah, we all know. All right, Browns turds at birds.
God damn it!
I know what in the actual. I picked the turds on that one, and it was a good game. I mean, it was 2023. I think was the final. But again, I didn't really watch this. But this game sucked. I mean, I don't know anyone who watched it besides a turd or a Falcon fan. I mean, you can tell us below if you were not a fan of that team and you watched it. More props to you, but what do you guys think? Dames, who'd you have in that one?
Well, I did say last week, I said Atlanta can score points, man. They can score points. But I just don't. And Cleveland fucking tricked me, dude. They tricked me with their early season play against teams that they shouldn't have played good against. And fuck the Browns. Fuck the Falcons. I was wrong. I picked the Browns.
G-Man Jack?
And I'm getting one back on you guys. I had the Falcons. Like I said earlier, the best coach and the best quarterback. No, I'm just kidding. I don't even think any of us know who Atlanta's head coach is until I looked it up today. You guys know?
It was Dan Quinn at one point, but
Arthur Smith.
Oh yeah, Art. Good old Art.
Good old Artie.
Good old Artie.
So I picked them. No real reason, and they won. So thank you.
All right, next game: Commanders, Cowboys. Once again, the stupidest name in football against not America's team. I went there. I'm just saying, you can't label yourself America's team. Like, that's giving yourself a nickname. Hey, call me that. No, that doesn't work. You have to be labeled that. No one's calling you that except for you, Dallas. So we're not buying it. I still don't
agree with anything. I'm going to agree with anything that knocks Dallas jail. So I agree.
So I did pick Dallas in that game just because Carson Wentz and the Commanders are piles. Dames, who'd you have on that one?
God damn it! Again, I was fooled by the wizardry behind the fact that Dak Prescott's out.
Right.
And Carson Wentz once was. But I fucked up. I picked Washington, and I'm sad.
Who'd you have on that one, Jasper? Did we already ask you? I picked the Cowboys. It was my survivor pick as well. And Cooper Rush is the new Tony Romo. Is it 5-0, 4-0, 5-0? I don't know.
Wow, that's a bold statement.
He's I mean, what I mean by that is he's starting to win over the fans. He's winning every game. Dak can't even grip a ball, but he's saying he's going to play, and then the owner's saying he can't even grip a ball. It's like, what's going on here?
Dak's still out. We even predicted that a while ago. Like, you're not going to throw a football with a pin in your finger in like a month. Give me a break.
And I picked Dallas because of the pressure they get on Carson Wentz, and he can't handle it. So,
all right, Dave, you're going to start this one off. Seahawks, Lions, barn burner.
Well, I'll start by saying this. All right, we didn't punt. The first time in the history of the Seattle Seahawks, we didn't punt a single time in the game, and we scored on every single drive except the one where we missed a field goal from 39 yards. So that to me says the Lions defense needs some motherfucking help because we are not good. We put up 48, but we gave up 45. So if we have to put up 48 points a game to win, we're not going to win many games. No. That said, you guys remember I had Detroit and you guys both Detroit, and I was like, we can't all no, I'm switching. So thank you guys for that.
Yep. You're welcome.
What was I thinking? I can't pick against the Seahawks. Well, that's just dumb.
Yeah, you're already in NFHell, so you might as well just stay.
Geno Smith looked amazing. Our defense is really bad because basically Jared Goff was throwing to Best Buy employees and Hawkinson.
Yeah. And you needed Jamal Adams in there. He would have stopped the tight end.
And Swift was out too.
Yeah, I took the Lions in this one as well. I mean, yeah, we took the Lions, Jas and I, so we both got screwed. Even though the Lions, like Goff, actually did something without those two.
Well, do you know that Goff has more passing yards against the Seahawks than any active quarterback?
I did not know that.
I did not know that.
Titans, Colts. I once again trust the Colts. My God, like this team. And the thing is they're like, what, 1-2-1. They're still like a game out of first or whatever, but they just do not look good. Now Jonathan Taylor might be out. So I guess we didn't mention that injury, but because I'm not sure it's even an injury because he just said, I'm pretty sure I'm playing, but then I've also heard he's not. But anyway, I took the Colts, Titans. Who'd you take on that, Jas?
As well, fell for the Colts, thinking they're better than they are. So Frank Reich, we know you're the head coach. Get it together. Get Matt Ryan playing better. I don't know, but I don't think I can pick. I don't know. We'll see who I pick in week 5, but I can't. I don't have faith in these guys anymore.
Yeah, Dames, you?
Well, I don't know if you gentlemen recall, but we were all 3 on the Colts until both of you picked it. I made a switch at the last minute, and booyah!
2 for 2 on the switcheroo.
So,
Jas, you're up.
Thank you.
Bears, Giants. Who'd you take on that one?
Guys, you know who I picked. You know who I always pick. You know that they've made me right 3 out of 4 times this year, so I'm extremely happy. You know, Saquon is better than he has ever been in his life, and that's probably pretty scary for defenses. So leads the league in yards from scrimmage, leads the league in rushing yards, has to get to pay dirt a few more times to really get recognized, but he's carrying the team right now, 31 carries. Dimes hurt his ankle, so they went Wildcat with Saquon running the helm because Tyrod, as I said, maybe earlier got a concussion, so we had no quarterback. So Saquon was running Wildcat with Dimes just gimping around out as a receiver. And yeah, so we got to keep grinding. We'll go to London next week, and we'll talk about that in a bit. But Giants moved me up to back to 4-4 for the week.
Yep, I took the Giants in that one as well. Again, we all know. I mean, people who probably tune in know I hate Justin Fields. He's a pile of you know what. I read a stat today where Cooper Kupp has more catches than he has completions on the year. Oh my gosh. Wow. Oh my. Anyway, that's beside the point. I picked the Giants. I hate the Bears. They suck. Hopefully Daniel Jones comes back healthy. I really feel like he's actually been playing well. He's running the ball. He's scary if he can get outside the pocket and run. So, Dames, who'd you take on this one? Did you agree with us?
I picked the Bears. Fuck you. Move on.
All right. Okay. All right. Jags, Eagles. I think, okay, so here's the thing. I tried to pull a Dames and do the switcheroo, and I screwed myself on this one.
Dude, in the first quarter, I was like, that motherfucker. 14-0. And I'm like, God damn it.
Right.
But luckily, reality set back in. And
right. The thing I'm going to say about both these teams, I still think, I mean, I'm going to say I do think the Eagles are a lot better than did think originally, but I also think the Jaguars are still pretty dang good. You know, they were up 14-0. I think then they pulled within whatever. I mean, they're pretty good.
We're not wrong about the Jaguars. They're on their way up.
Yeah.
I'm glad I picked Philly because like I said, the only reason I picked them is because they're not giving me a reason not to. So I'm riding that train until they show me that they got nothing.
All right. Jas, what about you?
Give me a reason to trust the Jaguars. I picked them, and they had, if I heard this right, 6 turnovers, and they were still in the game. How deep into the game? So yeah, that's not going to happen a lot, regardless of bad luck or just a bad game. But I can't see that happening. So fuck the Eagles. Move on.
All right. Next up, crazy game as well. Kind of like almost the same feeling. The Bills-Ravens. Ravens hop out to this huge lead. Everybody thinks it's over. You're like, what is going on with the Bills? And then they just chip. Camp Chippewa. And they win it at the end. Josh Allen didn't play great, but he does what he needs to get his team to win. Bills win again. Dang it. If they would have lost, the Jets would be playing for first place this weekend. Woo! So there's that to be said. But anyway, the Ravens defense, do they suck? They good? What's going? I feel like the Ravens are kind of a team where they should be good. They are kind of good, but we don't know. What do you think on that, Jas? What do you think? Think the Ravens are?
I believe it was pretty low scoring. I think the Bills only scored 20. So when they're scoring 40, dropping, high points on other teams, I would say the defense isn't the problem. And Lamar usually scores more than that, but the Bills have a really good defense. So pick the Ravens, as I believe Dames did, and I'm down to 4-6 now, just like that.
Who'd you took Bills?
I did take the Bills, but there's a big cloud looming over Baltimore, and that is, am I going to play at my full capacity without a contract and risk injuring myself?
Right.
I can see it in the play, you guys. I can see it in the play.
Just throw it away here.
He's not. I'm not saying he's not trying. That would be absurd. And
he's being cautious.
I'm saying that you're not getting the full tilt of his game, and that's reasonable. I don't even blame him for that. But
right, I agree.
That's why I picked Buffalo, and I saw it play out on the field.
Cool. All right. Chargers, Texans. Herbie and the Herbsters went on the road, got the win. I feel like this was a big game for them, like a rebound game. They needed this win. The Texans are one of those teams they should be, and they did. So I feel like this is going to be kind of a confidence booster going in for them. I picked the Chargers over them. Not much to talk about in that game, Jas. You?
Same thing. I believe we all picked this, expected it, and it happened. Look for big things from the Chargers as the season goes on.
James?
Shout out to my friend V, who's a Houston fan. This show is designed for you, buddy. Houston sucks. Move on. Let's go.
All right. The bird game. Cardinals. Oh, the bird cat game. Cardinals Panthers. That's a cat and bird game. Anyway, I just thought of that. That's kind of funny. Cardinals Panthers. Stupid. I mean, Kyler Murray. Cardinals look good. I picked the Cardinals. They won. The Panthers are still one of those teams. Dude, they need a quarterback, man. They need a quarterback. Baker is not the answer. Kyler looked better to me. I feel like he's getting a lot better. James Conner stays healthy. They could be, decent. But James, what do you got on that one? You hate the Cardinals?
I gave you guys a misdirect. I said, running back, best running back in the game, in my opinion. But Maker Bayfield at quarterback. So I definitely went with Arizona, even though they're in my division. And I was right.
Jethro?
I was right as well. Nothing.
Right.
We're going to talk about the next game.
Yeah, that game was it was all right. Anyway, all right, yeah, next game. Patriots at Packers. Belichick almost pulled it off against Rodgers. I thought it was a weird kind of sloppy game. I thought the Patriots outplayed the Packers. And they got lucky and won. There was a couple calls in there that I was a little suspect about. I mean, I'm sure we all are. I know there's a lot of people who watch football, so we all know the officials screw you over sometimes. It just sucks that the Patriots literally had no quarterback. They had no Zeppi or whatever his name is came in. Who? Like, and he throws like a couple balls. You're like, okay, but no, not even close. Like I said, I felt like Belichick actually that was a pretty good coaching job against Rodgers. So even though I picked the Pack, I'm going to give hats off to the Patriots. My God, the world is coming to an end. Jas?
Packers picked them. Patriots are just not that good anymore. I feel like I'm going to come out and say this right now. Bill Belichick is waiting for Tom Brady to retire, and then he's going to retire once it's really official, so he can go in the Hall of Fame, forever, which they already are. But why not put him in Canton? They're both going to be unanimous picks, first ballot. So that's what I see happening, and I see Belichick sucking until then. So maybe Brady does try to play till he's 50 and see if the Patriots would ever force Mr. Belichick out.
Well, I mean, I think you might be onto something. We didn't mention this at the top of the show, but I don't know if you guys saw that Tom and Giselle got divorce attorneys, and they are now Dundee. So she's single, dude. Damon.
You need to bring this up at the beginning, bro. We got to make notes from now on.
This is all right. It's because this is not really an injury. I mean, I guess his heart hurts. Probably his heart, old Tommy's heart. 7 rings can't buy you love, dude.
What if he's trying to play long enough for Belichick to die so they can't go in the Hall of Fame together?
Wow. Or what if Belichick is waiting for Rodgers next year to come to New England? And after the game, he was whispering in his little ear, come play up here for me. Or he was mumbling, Rodgers.
That would be scary, honestly.
Honestly, oh my God.
Very scary. Very scary.
Yeah, that would be really scary.
I've been waiting for a long time for the Patriots to suck. And
then all of a sudden they get Rodgers for like 3-4 years.
Not ready to give it that quite yet.
Right.
I'd like to eat it for a little while longer.
Donkeys, Raiders.
Oh, I picked Green Bay, just so you know.
Okay, yeah, we knew. Broncos, Raiders. Who'd you take on this one, Dames, your old boy, or?
I fucking picked Russell Wilson to beat the 0-3 Raiders. Because I can't pick the Raiders until they give me a reason.
Yep, and now. Hey, what's the first song on that sponsor set list? I think you just said it. What? You threw it away. It's in the trash.
It's spontaneous.
Shut these guys once.
God, that would have been perfect. If you would just find that way. Jas, who'd you take in that game?
How is it?
Yes. I'm going to come out and say it. I'm retiring the tie.
You're retiring you picked a tie in that?
Yeah, I don't see that working out very frequently for you.
I will say this, though. I did watch part of the end of that game, and I thought Russell Wilson actually looked a little more Russell Wilson-ish. I felt like maybe he's grasping the offense a little better. Even though they lost, I feel pretty good moving forward. I feel like he's going to be getting slowly better, surely better, but I think he's kind of getting in a little better. And the Raiders needed that win. That was, like I said, a playoff game. I mean, they had to win. They lose that, they're done. So my prediction of them sucking didn't really come true, but they did get the W. All right, Sunday night.
Shout out to Josh Jacobs. Wow, I don't know if you guys saw the one highlight from that game. I think his run. If you haven't, go check it out. It was pretty Saquon-esque.
All right. Chiefs Bucks Sunday night. The GOAT and then the future GOAT head to head, and the little future GOAT. Oh my God, dude! You're shaking your head. No, you don't think Mahomes, dude? That guy's sick, dude. Little spin move, fucking whoop whoop. Kobe in the corner.
Dude, Travis Kelce's the best player on that team. Period.
But remember when Tyreek Hill left and everybody said Mahomes would suck?
No, nobody said that. Nobody said that. They said that he lost a weapon, which is
Fine.
absolutely
Okay, but
because
still
look what Tua was able to do with him.
touche. I mean, I do believe Tyreek Hill is a valuable asset, but I feel like Tua without him sucked. Mahomes is still MVP either way.
I give you that fully. He is looking like the MVP. But that team is also stacked.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Kelsey is a beast. He's the best tight
on both
end.
sides of the ball. It's stacked. So,
like, I think the first like 6 passes went to Kelsey in that game too.
Oh,
Like,
well,
every time
and I'll just go because whatever. I think both of you guys picked Kansas City, so this is the one flip for me that didn't work because I was like, we can't all three pick against the GOAT. We can't.
I picked the GOAT.
You did? Okay, good.
I didn't. And that's why
it'll be the last time I probably pick against Mahomes though. So that was,
I mean,
yeah, he's impressive.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to, go down on him like me. I mean, I think he's pretty good. All right. Rams, Niners, Monday night, last game of the week. Again, what is going on? Like, this is one of those games again, you're like, who are the 49ers? Who are the Rams? Like, I still don't know who either of these teams are. Like, I picked the Rams. I think Damon, you hate the Niners. So I think
I hate both these teams. I don't think either of them are very good. Honestly, I don't think either of them are going to win a playoff game unless it's against each other.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, so I picked the Rams. I thought for sure, but then Jimmy G is back. Jimmy G, the best thing that happened to the 49ers. Trey Lance getting hurt. Seriously, like the first game they looked like a pile. Didn't they lose to the Bears opening week? Question mark. Am I wrong?
It was in a tsunami. Yes.
Yeah, that's true, but still. Who did you take on that, Dames?
I think the goddamn Rams. But you know what? The fact that the Niners won makes Seattle tied for the division lead somehow after 4 weeks. So,
what?
Yeah, whatever.
Welcome to the upside down.
Yeah, whatever.
NFHell. 2 years from now, we'll have to call this NF Heaven because we'll be going to I'll be going to the Super Bowl. I'm like, name change. All right. With that being said,
I picked the Niners 8-8.
You know what 8-8 is like?
Hats off to you, brother.
That's it, man. I just had to make sure I remember that again.
Right. All right. Here we go. Week 5 picks.
Let's see
Join us below. Put a comment down there. Subscribe. Share this with your friends. Tell them the timestamp. Say, hey, go look at time, blah, blah, blah. Check out Jail's rambling on about the Jets, or Jas talking about every Giants player for 2 hours. Anyway, we got Colts-Broncos starting off the week. Thursday night football. Russell Wilson in prime time again. I swear to God, like he's on TV all the time. That being said, I'm going to start this week off. I'm going with Russell Wilson at home. I'm kind of over the Colts. I think I picked them a couple times, and every week I'm just like, oh yeah, they're going to win. Then they somehow beat the Chiefs. No one picks that. And then so we get all, oh yeah, they're going to be pretty good. No, I'm going Russell Wilson. Like I said, he's heating up. I think he's starting to get his offense down a little better. I think they win at home Thursday night. Usually the home team has a little edge too. Dames, who you got in this one? Your boy? Taking your boy?
All right. First of all, my boy is Geno Smith. All right. So let's forego this Russell Wilson being my boy. Right? Smash his Funko Pop. There is no Geno Smith Funko Pop, believe it or not. But God damn it. I want to pick against him so bad. I really do. But again, the Colts, if they took down the mighty Chiefs of that division, this should be very easy. You know what? I'm going to switch to the Colts.
Look at you. All right. Okay, Jas, who you taking? G-Men?
Colts, I've lost all faith in you. Broncos, we are without our star young running back, and now it is on Melvin Gordon. you guys did see that Javonte Williams is out for the year, and that means more Russ. So I like Jail said, I think he's ready to show John Elway or whoever's there these days why they paid him so much money. So he'll ball out. He'll ball out.
Dames.
I got to go back to holding the ball. Russell Wilson okay, I'm just going to go back to the Seahawks game real quick. There were at least 3 or 4 drives that we had where we were 1st and 25. That drive was over with Russell Wilson as our quarterback. That drive was over. And Geno maneuvered through every one of them. I think there was 3 times where we were 1st and 20 or more, and we got first downs every time. And the dude moves the ball. Russell Wilson cannot. I mean, maybe I had rose-colored glasses for the first 10 years.
Maybe.
And maybe he is too short and he can't see, but he definitely holds the ball too long. And I mean, I've seen him make magic. I mean, there's also a reason that he's never received an MVP vote. And I got to think that that's because there's people out there that don't have rose-colored glasses for 10 years.
Right. And he also throws interceptions on the 1-yard line of the Super Bowl. Just saying. Granted, you can debate the call all you want, but it's still a shitty throw. All right, let's move on. I don't want to bring up old memories of your NFL a few years ago. I'm going to go to my NFL, and we're going to move to Dolphins at Jets. My birthday weekend, I will be at the game, sitting, I think, row 4 in the corner of the end zone with my boys from New York, hooking me up. Scoot Jr. and Harold. Give a shout out to them.
Those aren't real people.
Guys.
That sounds like
so it's going to be a good time. I'm hoping the Jets, like I said, can keep this roll going. Zach Wilson feels a little more comfortable. Again, I mean, Waddle is definitely and Tyreek Hill are still weapons, and even Teddy Bridgewater, I would assume, could still throw them the ball. Only thing they don't remember or they haven't faced yet is they haven't got Sauced. So I'm looking for Sauce's first pick. Hopefully I'll be at the game. See him take one back to the house, to the hizzle. I'm picking Jets. Here we go. Let's go. Over 500 for the first time in October. Can it happen in like 10 years? Jas, you taking them too?
Yeah, I'm going to pick the Jets for, a couple reasons. It's your birthday. You should get to enjoy it. And I think Sauce was waiting for you. So, he's gonna sauce them right in front of you.
Yeah. James, you were gonna take the Jets, but now you're switching it?
No, I got the Jets all day long.
Okay.
If Tua was playing, I would be up on the Miami bandwagon. I do think you're gonna have trouble with their defense, but I think that maybe you can squirt it out.
Yeah. Our running game's playing pretty well,
here's my wish for you. I wish that someone scores a touchdown and throws you the ball.
I mean, dude, that could happen. I come back next week with the ball, dude. That's what is that? What's that called? Manifestation. If we could all just manifest that Jails comes home with the ball for his birthday. All right, moving on. Jas, you're up. You're overseas this week, me boy. Playing the Packers, Giants, Packers. I mean, let's hear the reason why. Let's hear why you think.
What else can I say? I picked the Saints, who, last week would have been in Minnesota. I would have picked the Vikings. They're probably the better team. Picked the Saints in overseas. And I never picked against the Giants. So let's go overseas. Let's get one. I believe the last time we played there, we did win, but I might have been about 5 years ago. So none of these guys were really on my team. Anyway, I'm excited. We're 3-1. Rodgers historically, we play good against him. We beat him in some big games. We've been close in others, so I'm expecting a good game. And I'm really liking the way my defense is playing right now to keep us in a lot of these games. So keep an eye on Dexter Lawrence last week. Big D tackle. Keep an eye on him.
Dames, what are you going with here?
Buddy. Battle of 3-1s, right? I wish for you the Giants victory.
Thank you.
But I'm picking Green Bay. But I will gladly eat that one. Should I be wrong? But I just have to go with what I believe. The Giants are getting very close to making me have to pick them, but the Packers never dropped out of my vision at 3-1. You guys came into my vision at 3-1. The Packers never dropped out of it. That's the only reason.
Yeah.
And we tried out Jake Fromm and a couple other quarterbacks you may have never heard of, let Mike play.
That's right. That's right.
Right. And so, and I'm glad you brought that point up, Jess, because again, I'm with you. I would take the Giants, but Daniel Jones isn't playing Tyra. I feel like I can't take. Yeah, your defense can play lights out, but if you don't have any offense, they're just going to put a bunch of men in the box and try to stop Saquon because no quarterback. I mean, unless Daniel Jones plays, but I'm going to take Packers. Daniel Jones plays. I hope you win as well, but I'm thinking Pack on this one for my record status.
Understand. Watch out for Saquon and the Black.
All right, Steelers, Bills. We're going to shoot this one over to you, Dame. So you got in this one?
I mean, this is a no-brainer. It's at Buffalo. New quarterback is going to get his ass rocked. You thought 3 interceptions was a lot. Wait till the Buffalo Bills get a hold of them. Bills all day long.
Yeah, I'm going to go right on that one. We can just rally around the wagons with a win for the Bills. I'm taking the Bills big in this game. I'm with you, dude. Steelers please. It's over. They're in Buffalo. I'm taking Bills big.
I want them to win games because I don't want them to get a draft pick and become good again.
Right. Yeah.
Just suck enough.
Yeah, just keep sucking.
They're not going to win this game.
Who you got?
Do we see Trubisky again? Will it get that bad? That's the question. The Bills, everyone's going to pick the Bills except family members of, the Steelers, and some of them probably will still pick the Bills.
Yeah, because they're realists. So, all right, that one was a pretty easy one. Let's move on. Chargers at Turds. The Browns at home, it doesn't matter. The Chargers are going to come in there. Like I said, they're kind of on a roll. Herbert's playing better. I'm sure hopefully his ribs are feeling a little better. Give him another week, blah, blah, blah. I think the Chargers come in and roll in this one as well. I feel like the Browns are just slowly but surely getting flushed. Jas?
I would agree with the pick. The Chargers, I will not agree. I don't think they're going to run away with this. The Browns have a great run game, which shortens games. Their tight end's been playing better. They've been getting him the ball. Njoku, they got a pretty good one. And Amari Cooper, he's decent, and they play pretty good defense. So I think they'll stay in this game. It'll be close, but the high-powered offense will prevail in the end.
James Mars?
But he said Chargers defense too much. I think the offenses at this point are, when you look at the run game of the Browns and the pass game of the Chargers, and then you look at the Chargers run game and the Browns pass game, they wash each other out. It's a battle of the defenses here. Chargers have better defense. Chargers all day long.
All right. Division game, Bears at Vikings in Minnesota. I hate Justin Fields. He's a pile. The Vikings at home. They got a big win in London. Are they going to be a little tired maybe? A little hangover? Doubtful. I think they're at home. They're jacked up. It's a division game. Vikings win. They roll. Dalvin Cook, Justin Jefferson, too much for the Bears. Dames? Rose color. Uh-oh. Oh, you got the 4 eyes. What's up? 4 eyes?
I want to pick the Bears again, but I'm not gonna. Lesson learned. Vikings.
Jasper.
The only way I pick the Bears in this game if it's in Chicago, prime time, and somehow Justin Fields has put up 3 straight games where he looks like a real quarterback. So Vikings at home, crowd's gonna be crazy. I might, bench Justin Fields. He could get benched at some point in this game if he gets that bad. I don't know if that's true or not, but it's gonna get ugly.
Who's their backup?
Mannion, maybe. I don't even know. I feel like that was like 5 years ago. I'm like just throwing a name out of Mannion.
It's Mannion. That's impressive.
Yeah, I mean, and here's the deal: if you're a Vikings fan right now and you're watching this, or you're a Bears fan, you should like comment, let us know what you think. It's a division game. This is a big game for you. Either way, either team. Tell us why you think the Bears, maybe Fields, you think has the edge here. We don't know. What do we know? We live in an NFL hell. NFL. Lions, Patriots. I'm going to start this one off. I'm going to say Lions are going into New England, getting a win. They're going in there. Their defense is going to play. They're coming off this crazy thing. Also, the Patriots don't have a quarterback. So who is did they try out a couple of weeks? Because Hoyer's out still. He got concussed. Big Mac's out. So their next guy, I think, and maybe they can get what's his name that was on their practice squad because he didn't travel last week. Jacoby or whatever his name, not Brissett, but last name Jacoby. Does anybody know? Anyone?
Myers?
I don't know.
Jacoby Myers?
Maybe question mark, but or they got Zeppi or whatever this kid's name is at the start. So that's why I'm going Lions. I feel like the Lions need to come in here and make a statement, say, we're the better team. We should win this game. Lions on the road. Dames, you going with me on this one? Or are you taking Bill?
The Lions defense is so bad. So bad. The only thing that New England has going for them is their defense and their coach. And I still think the wide receivers are going to be out for Detroit, which means more Best Buy employees. But Hawkinson, here's the difference between Belichick and Pete Carroll. If Belichick gets eaten up by Hawkinson in the first half, he's going to make adjustments in the second half so that they fucking know that he's on the field. Pete Carroll just pretends like that he doesn't know who Hawkinson is and that he's a threat. And so they keep going to him and stay in the game for the entire way. I actually legitimately am going to pick New England for this game. And it's just because I saw an awful, awful Lions defense. I think defense wins games. And quite frankly, New England has the far better defense.
Jas?
Tough
James,
call.
I like your points. I like a lot of your points, James, but Patriots disappointed me last week. Lions, I guess they're always a disappointment.
I'm like, so did the Lions because you picked both.
Oh shit! These going to talk me into a switcheroo.
Dude,
do the switch.
The Lions gave up 48 points to the Seahawks.
Do the switch. Put the phone now, Patriots. Do the switch.
Well, and here's the thing. Also, it's hard. It's really hard for me to pick the Patriots. I can give them some props here and there, but I mean, if it's a kind of close for me, I'm always going to take the opposite team because
I agree. I mean, with my division teams.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, speaking of that, Dames, you're up next. Your Seattle Seahawks go on the road to New Orleans.
Look out, New Orleans. Fucking gonna party all over your fucking redneck.
I like it. Yeah.
Party all over your redneck asses. All right. We're gonna shove crawfish in every orifice of your fucking penis.
Tickles.
And we're gonna fucking show our titties and take all your fucking beads.
Boom.
Going down, bitches. Fucking Seattle's gonna win this game by at least 2 points.
Jas, who you taking?
I go again picking the Saints. I just have no faith in your boy Gino. I've seen it a couple times now, so I need one more game on the road with a pretty loud crowd. Typically,
got the best passer rating in the NFL. Whatever though.
That doesn't even make sense.
I know. I can't believe you said that.
That doesn't make sense.
But yeah, that doesn't. I don't know. Maybe they should test Gino for, I don't know, some kind of
enhancement.
Answer.
Right.
Reads the defenses much faster now. The Saints at home. See what happens.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I did not know this stat about Gino. That doesn't make me want to flip the script because I have this thing in my heart where I hate Gino because he let me down so many times for the Jets. I do think it's awesome that he's won a couple games, but I'm with Jas. I think New Orleans at home, I think they're gonna win. Defense is good. The Seahawks, they can't keep doing this, can they? Can they?
I can't wait for next week where you guys are fucking sucking my choice.
Woo! All right, bring it on. All right.
Yeah, I hear it now.
Falcons Bucks. I think this next game, the Falcons Bucks game, is one of these games where Cordell Patterson's out. The Bucks just lost. They don't lose 2 in a row. This is going to be a roll. Tom Brady's super focused. Like I said, he's getting divorced this week. So now he's got to come out and show, hey, this is why I came back. It's even worth my marriage to win football games. Tom Brady and the Bucks, their defense is too good. I think they win big. Dames?
I picked the Bucks because I fucking hate the Falcons now. They're in a tie for the worst. They can't be the worst when Houston exists, but I mean,
any Falcon fans watch this show? Comment, tell us.
Let me also say this. Yes, the Falcons beat the Seahawks, but it was barely. And it wasn't Gino's fault. It was our defense. Fucking, I guess he did throw an interception in the last part of the game, but
right. Jamal Adams, I mean, that's all I got to say. Jas?
I'm so angry at the Falcons and their lack of targets for their phenom tight end on many people's fantasy teams. Kyle Pitts, why are you not getting 15 targets a game? I mean, that's a little ridiculous. 10, 12, they don't throw in 15, but they have no weapons. They have nothing. I'm not picking them. Throw Pitts the ball, you might have a chance to score a couple of touchdowns. Bucks.
All right. We all are going with the old GOAT, huh? Who wants to go? All right. Titans at the worst NFL and any sports team name, stupid Commanders. Again, I'm just taking the Titans, I think, basically based off of because I hate the Commanders. I hate their name. Wentz is a pile of shit this year. They're going to run the ball all over him. Just give the ball to King Henry, Tannis Spill. I don't even like the Titans. But in this game, for some reason, I'm just like, I just hate the Commanders so much. I don't know what it is. It's just, well, it's their name, actually. I do know what it is. It's their name. So I'm going Titans on the road. Jas, this is your division. Who are you taking here? Are you taking your division team?
And I'm not taking the Titans. The Commanders are in the running as the season progresses for one of the worst teams in all of football. They suck. And, Titans, they're starting to, I think I picked against them the last couple of weeks and they've won. So I'm hopefully not going to jinx them and get the Commanders a win. But Titans pretty easily.
James, you going to flip the script here, or are we going to threesome?
Yes, I picked Washington a number of times this season already. It has not worked out for me.
Right.
This is my who gives a shit bowl for this week.
Okay.
Because honestly, both these teams fucking pound sand. But I think the Commanders, which I don't have a problem with the name, are going to pound sand a little harder. So they're going to lose.
So wait, you're taking so we are going to threesome. Okay. Okay. I was
Sorry
like,
if I wasn't.
I was like, what?
Is pound sand, is more pounding more sand good or bad?
I think it's bad.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I mean, it's your NFL. We're just living in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Who do we got next? We got Texans, Jaguars. Okay, so I'm also going to say this week, week 5, I feel like some of these games I'm like, this should be pretty easy. I feel like my record should be pretty good this week.
I had no trouble picking games this week.
Yeah, right. Ditto. Right?
Obviously.
Yeah, so Jaguars at home, came off a tough loss. The Texans still aren't doing anything. And again, this is one of those games where you're like, okay, Jags, you're for real, right? You're for real, right? It's like, don't blow it now, and then all of a sudden they come into town and beat you. because that would be kind of like a Browns or a Jets thing to do. I feel like that's what happens to us. It's like, oh, we finally look good, and then we play this team and look like a pile of shit. So here's to you, Jaguar fans. I hope your team continues rolling, playing well. T-Law, learn from his mistakes. Jas?
I'm on the Jaguars on this as well. It's still early in the season, so they might have a few more ups and downs than later as they, still work on a new offense. But Doug Peterson, T-Law, they're going to get that turnover situation fixed, and if it means running the ball more, shorter passes, getting moving in the pocket, whatever it is, they're going to do it. Less turnovers, more opportunities equals more points. Jags.
James Mars?
This was an easy pick for me, as I said earlier, but the fact that both of you guys are on that bandwagon, the Jacksonville Jaguars, I'm going to switch it. I'm going Houston, baby.
Oh, and your boy, he's going to be chiming in. You're taking this
V. If the fucking Texans don't win this game, it's over. I'm not pick them again. No.
He's like, why are you taking him this week?
It's locked in.
It is the Jags, man. It's a good week to take them.
It's locked in.
Locked it in. All right. Next week, this is another game where I'm just like, I think this is an easier one to pick. Niners at Panthers. The Niners coming off a big division win. They're going to the road to a Panthers team who's struggling. They don't have an identity. I feel like the Niners are actually getting on a roll, the opposite of the Panthers. So I'm going to say Jimmy G on the road. He's going to kind of get people talking in San Fran again. Like, why did we draft Trey Lance when we already had this guy? We could have took somebody else and had another awesome player on the team for the last 2 years. Because last year he sat, this year he's hurt. I mean, just saying. They could have had a top running back, a top receiver, a tight end, a D end, a corner. I mean, you name it. I'm just going to name all the positions. Dames, you want to chime in on this?
I fucking hate the Niners, so I'm glad that they were stupid and drafted a quarterback and made this controversy for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right, dude. Jimmy G was not the problem. Look at his record as a starter. Like,
right.
What are you doing? Yeah, okay, every time you look at him, you want to punch his face. I get that. But he wears a helmet most of the game. So you don't have to look at him. Just fucking win games with him and get Deebo Samuels and then somebody else with a top 10 pick?
Yeah. They already have
also in the NFC Championship game.
Yeah.
And who did they lose to? The Super Bowl champs.
Right. So you're like that
last night. So I mean, I want to pick McCaffrey because he's the best running back in the game right now. Sorry, Saquon. Saquon's okay.
Yeah, I know.
Saquon is the best pure running back in the game. The best yardage guy in the game is McCaffrey. And that's knowing that Deebo Samuels is in the league also. I fucking hate all three of those players. More like Saquon than any of the others, but it's hard for me to pick the 49ers, but I'm trying to win a fucking trophy here. So I gotta go with the heart.
Jas?
San Fran.
San Fran.
That's all you got. You're just like, I'm done. San Fran. No chiming in. That's it. All right. I mean,
maybe they can get Jimmy G to get the visor with the tinted, so no one has to see his face.
And then the visor has a picture of his face in the visor.
Of a better face.
Well, here's the problem with that. Then he's reflected his own punchable face into his own eyes. And he's like,
right.
He's like, we tried that already, but he beat the shit out of himself.
Why is Jimmy G puking? Why is he puking? He's looking at himself all day long.
Yeah.
All right. Next week, next game, Cowboys Rams in LA. Cowboys coming off a couple wins with their quarterback. Dak's out. Jas, who are you taking in this one? This is your division. Who you got?
The time has come for Rush to get a loss. I don't have faith in the Rams. But I can't pick against the Cowboys because I've seen them always start strong and have a good record, this and that, and then, they disappoint their fans. It's very satisfying for a lot of other people. But Cowboy fans, I mean, you're going to say we're going to go in there, we're going to pressure them. Diggs is going to, have an interception. Yeah, he's going to have one interception, but he's probably going to give up 300 yards to Cooper Kupp. So, good luck.
Touche. James?
I just want to give a shout out to Bobby Wagner for fucking annihilating that fan that ran out on the field last night. That was amazing. That secured his Hall of Fame legacy for me. I fucking hate seeing him on a goddamn Rams team, but when you're like, all right, and one dude blows out his ACL chasing after the dude. The other dude's fatter than I am trying to chase after the dude, and Bobby Wagner's like, fuck this, and he comes out on the field and just waylays the guy into the ground. Hilarious. By the way, people that are saying that's a lawsuit, no. When you enter into an NFL stadium, you take into your own risk that you're not going to get on the field, and if you do, you're going to get fucked up. And that dude got fucked up. So I just wanted to throw that out there. I hate the Rams. I hate the Cowboys, maybe more than the Rams, because they're not America's team. And they have the worst fans other than the 49ers that I've ever seen in my life. So I gotta stick with the Rams. Like I said, like Jas said, I don't trust them. But it's the fucking Cowboys.
Right. I'm making it a trifecta here. I like the Rams at home. Again, it's almost like it's good that they came off a loss because maybe they'll play a little bit better. Donald, the defense, Ramsey, I feel like they're playing well. It's just, Stafford just threw like a bazillion, a couple dumb passes. I'm like, he's not going to do that against Dallas. And I like how you said, Jas, their quarterback, Dallas, it's time for him to just, okay, come on, buddy. You're not Jerry Jones is now, he's a Hall of Famer. Okay, sure, Jerry. Okay. Anyway, so I'm going Rams at that one. I don't like the Cowboys at all. I still feel like they're not that good, even though they have a few wins. Dame, you got something to chime in on that one quick?
Coaching too. McCarthy is half the coach.
Yeah.
Half. I mean, McVay is. I hate him, but he's.
Yeah. We
know those. He might be the next Belichick.
I mean, he's like, how old is he? Like 39 or something.
Yeah, he's. My kids
older than all of us. All right, next up, Eagles at Cardinals. This is kind of an intriguing game. Dame, do you want to start this one off? This is intriguing.
Yeah.
Eagles at Cards. This is the bird game.
I believe I picked Philadelphia for this game.
Okay.
Just because they haven't given me a reason not to. So that's where I'm at with it.
You find that sponsor sheet yet?
It I mean, I must have ate it.
It disappeared.
Yeah,
you can just copy paste.
Yeah. Hey, Jas, who are you taking in this game? You taking your division rival, or?
I hate the fucking Eagles, man.
Get out of my car.
And I said last week it didn't happen. The Cardinals still won, I believe, but they still started slow. So they got another week to try some new stuff and figure it out. I don't know. I feel like the Eagles' luck is going to run out. They're on a hot streak. Everybody has streaks during the season, so why not start the streak the other way this week? Go Redbirds.
Where's it at?
Oh, whoa. It is in Arizona.
Okay.
Here's the deal. I like your enthusiasm, Jas, but I'm also going to go with the Eagles. They haven't given me a reason not to pick them as well. I doubted Hurts at the beginning of the year, but he's proving me wrong. Their team is pretty stacked. They have an all-around pretty good team. I feel like that's why they keep winning. They're just because they have all three phases of the game. I'm taking Eagles at Cards. Kyler Murray, he's playing a lot better, but again, I don't think they can do it against the Eagles. So we're saying Eagles on the road. Next up, Sunday Night Football. The Bengals, or we're calling the Bengals again, at Baltimore. I feel like this is a huge game for both teams. I'm excited to watch this one because, again, the Ravens blew that lead. The Bengals are starting to play better. Like you said, is Lamar going to come out this game? Do we say, remember how we were saying last week he comes out and just dominates and then he doesn't play the next week because he's like, hey, bro, pay me. You're going to pay me now? So when is he going to have that game? Is it going to be on Sunday Night Football while the world's watching? I'm going to go Ravens. I think he's going to do that. I think he's a primetime player. I do think the Bengals are on the rise, but the Ravens, again, I like them coming off a loss, giving a little extra motivation at home. Lamar's going to say, hey, world, start tweeting out to my owner to pay me. Let's go. Ravens at home. Dames, you on that? You on that?
Well, I already know that Jess is going to pick the Bengals, so I'm going to go with Baltimore.
Oppie Field, bro. Jasper, is that true? That's who you're taking, the Bungs? Burrow?
Did you just see me actually change my pick? So I had the Ravens. I was just down here changing it because of what Jail said. Because you said Lamar is a primetime player, and then I thought to myself, why does he always lose in the playoffs? And then he said something else, and I can't even remember it now, but it triggered another thought like, I'm switching to the Bengals. I'm switching to Joe Burrow.
The switcheroo.
He's prime time. He wins in big moments. Bengals.
He lost the Super Bowl, but
he made it there. That's there's a lot of big moments to get there.
That's true. True. All right. So we got 2-1 that week, which does bring us to the last game of NFHell week 5. We want to thank everybody for sticking around this whole time, listening to us ramble on about these games. Again, we want to hear from you down below. We'll make sure that we'll interact with you, subscribe, share with your friends, tell them why these 3 bozos make you laugh and have fun picking games. We're going to start Raiders at Chiefs. I'm going to give a shout out to my friends that are Raiders fans, especially Smiles. He said last week he tuned in, just fast forward, and it was me saying Raiders suck. And he's a Raiders fan. I'm like, oh, that's kind of a nice little lucky draw there. But I'm again going to just say Raiders aren't good enough, especially in Kansas City. Yeah, they got that win last week. Again, it's the NFL, so we know anything can happen, but I just feel like they have had the Chiefs number, but Mahomes is going to be too much at home. That place is going to be rocking loud. A division game. Like you said, Kelsey, best tight end in the game. They're going to tear up that Raiders defense. Carter Devontae Adams is minimal. Again, they still haven't really got their whole thing going back from college. It's not like the whole Burrow to Chase thing. I feel like when they came in, it was like instant. That first game, they're just chucking the ball around. These two are like, I don't know, should I throw it to him? Because, Carr is, I don't trust that guy. I'm going Chiefs, Monday Night Football against the Raiders. Hopefully that concludes my undefeated week. I'll be in New York celebrating. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Go Jets. Jas, who you taking in this game?
I'm taking the Chiefs as well after picking against them last week. That's enough of that. They're going to be a contender. They are a contender. They're going to win, 13, 14, whatever. A high number of games. There's no reason to pick against them. Shout out to the Raider fans. We have a lot of friends that are Raider fans. Good job saving your season for 1 week, but it's going to take a little more than that. Good luck, Chiefs, on this one.
Davis Marvs?
To the Raiders fans, I feel for you. My heart's there for you. Whatever's left of it and not clogged by various things. But I want to tell you this. There's always the wild card, baby. There's always the wild card. All right. You're not getting the division because you're going to lose to the division winner on Monday Night Football. You had an impressive win against a team you probably shouldn't have beat this week. Maybe you should have beat. Maybe you should be 3-0 instead or 4-0 instead of.
Who knows?
Who knows? Maybe you should be better than you are. And I really hope that I'm wrong on this and that you actually beat the Chiefs, because then I can not have to pick the Chiefs every time, because they did lose to the fucking Colts too. Yeah, but that I can have faith in picking the Raiders again, which I don't know. So Chiefs.
3-way for the Chiefs. I will say this though before we go. The Raiders have given the Chiefs some trouble in the last few years. So I won't be shocked. I'm kind of like you. I won't be shocked if the Raiders win, but I just don't see it happening. Anyway, thanks for tuning in to NF.
Hey, Jails. Happy birthday. Have a fun and safe trip in New York, buddy.
Thanks.
I love you.
Love you too. Bye, guys. See you next week.
Don't forget to speak your piece in the comments section. Also, like and subscribe to Lock 22 Productions, and thank you for listening to NFHell.